Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second annual CLEO Virtual Class Reunion and Open House. My name is Leigh Allen II, and I serve as CLEO's Interim Chief Executive Officer and normally the Vice President of Marketing and Development. We're excited to have you join us today and really look forward to sharing some great information with you about CLEO, the Council on Legal Education Opportunity. The first half of our event will deal with CLEO programs and services. The second half will consist of breakout rooms facilitated by select CLEO board, advisory council members, or staff to network and strategize about how to get CLEO alumni and our great supporters more engaged with the organization as we head into another great season and academic year. If you have a question based on something you see on a given slide or hear about, please type it in the chat box and someone on the team will provide a reply at first chance. I'll now hand things off to the chair of our board, Attorney Elizabeth Campbell. Elizabeth?
Thank you so much, Leigh. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the program. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, whether you're new to CLEO, an alum, or a longtime supporter and ally, we are thankful that you're with us virtually today. We had the vision showing in the waiting room, and I hope that you're inspired by that vision as I am. Because through the vision, we want to create a community of supporters like you, committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion in the legal profession. Excuse me, if you are not on mute, will you please mute yourself? If you are not on mute, please mute yourself. Thank you so much. We just want to make sure everybody can hear. So,
you're my girlfriend. And it's you like.
Okay, so we're going to try to stay on mute if you're not speaking. Thank you. Thank you so much. So committed to this community of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the legal profession, and fortified by the societal benefits. So we do this for the greater good, the purpose of a vision. By the way, if you were inspired by that music we selected in the waiting room, just go ahead and tell us in the chat. I know one person was kind of dancing with me in the chair, so we try to create the right atmosphere for you. Now, back to the occasion. CLEO is not alone in focusing on DE&I in the legal profession and the resulting impact on social justice. We're not alone. As a matter of fact, we have a number of supporters for us. So I was thinking back on our CLEO Edge Awards from last November. Some of you may have been with us, so you remember that we honored several of our partners, including our CLEO program partner, Penn State Dickinson Law, for its work in education, Michigan law professor and former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid for her commitment to diversity, and the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi for their leadership in greater equality. And finally, we honored the incomparable Stacey Abrams with the CLEO Edge Vernon E. Jordan Jr. Heritage Award. But more on our plans for the 2021 CLEO Edge Awards later in this program. My point is, we aren't alone in this effort, but to grow, to increase our reach and our impact, particularly at this critical time in our country, we need to do more, much more, and we need you. So if you have any doubt about CLEO's ability to build not just future attorneys, but future leaders, I would now like to present my fellow CLEO board member and legal superstar, Denise Owens. For Denise and CLEO, it's a family affair. Thanks, everyone. Here's Denise.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I am Denise Owens, a 1976 graduate of the CLEO Summer Institute held at the University of Mississippi. 45 years. Wow. I'm going strong, and so is CLEO. Currently, I am a Chancery Court judge in Mississippi, and I am thankful to CLEO. CLEO provided me, a student from a very small, historically Black college in Mississippi, to transition to George Washington University. It prepared me academically for the competitive and sometimes throat cut environment at the law school. CLEO gave me confidence in my ability to compete with students from large universities and even Ivy League universities. My husband also attended CLEO at Florida State University in 1973. He's going strong too, by the way. CLEO, because of CLEO, Florida State awarded him a full scholarship, which allowed him to do his dream work of working with legal services because he didn't have those pesky student loans. When 3 of my children decided to attend law school, because they thought it was easy since their parents did it, we knew they needed a wake-up call. And so they are now committed to CLEO because it helped them to be successful in law school. As a chancery judge, I see the need for a diverse legal profession. There are so many poor, marginalized, and diverse litigants who need lawyers that look like them so that they can represent them and articulate their positions. Diversity in the legal profession increases trust. Judge Carlton Reeves is a United States District Judge here in Mississippi and a 1986 graduate of CLEO. The addition of Judge Reeves to the federal bench has had a profound effect on restoring trust in the legal profession. I ask you to read his opinions regarding due process, stop and frisk, and you can see the diversity of thought and opinion that he gives that would not come from an all-white, all-male judiciary. Over the years, more than 27,000 people have participated in a CLEO program or utilized a service. CLEO alumni are represented in every area of society, including the judiciary, again, like me, corporate America, academia, law firms, government, business, and nonprofit areas. Brandi Smith, a fellow board member, will next talk to you about the organization and provide an overview of our program.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Denise. I'm Brandi Smith, and I am a CLEO alum 2007, I believe, and I currently serve as the Vice President of Workplace Diversity and legal counsel within Lincoln Financial Group. I am a proud supporter of CLEO, and I am so thrilled for those of you who are new to us, those of you who are friends, alum, to be connected again and to understand how you can continue to support CLEO. So we'll provide just a quick recap of where CLEO is today. We'll provide a quick overview of the high school pre-law and law student programs, how you can continue to connect with CLEO, and then you will be placed in a breakout room automatically to learn how to stay connected. So CLEO has been around since 1968. 1968 was a year of triumph and tragedy for us. If you can mute your phone, that would be great. Thank you. It was a year of triumph and tragedy for us. We witnessed the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that year, the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. We saw a stand up for justice during the Summer Olympics. We also saw the first interracial kiss on Star Trek on TV, and we saw Apollo 8 orbit the moon. But the most exciting piece about 1968 was CLEO to this call. And CLEO was founded as a 501c3 nonprofit organization and focused on continuing to expand opportunities for minority and low-income students to attend law school. You see the mission there. I won't read it. We know why you're here today. And next you will hear from CLEO staff as they help you answer the question that you get from students all the time. How do I become a lawyer? And what can CLEO offer to me? And with that, I'll hand it over to Lay. Thank you. You're on mute, Lay.
Apologies. Unlike was the case for much of CLEO's existence, our diversity pipeline reach now extends as far back as high school. We have an available online toolkit for students that provides resources and links to information that can assist them learn more about law school, the legal profession, what lawyers do, and what steps they can begin taking from that age range to create a path to the profession. Historically, CLEO has also partnered with organizations such as Street Law and the Marshall Brennan Constitutional Literacy Program to promote the law as a career and getting young people to know their rights as citizens, the importance of voting, and using their voice. Lastly, since 2014, we've operated a mentor program for diverse adolescents entitled CLEX. CLEX is funded with a multi-year grant from the U.S. Department of Justice and is administered in 8 regions, including DC, Maryland, New Jersey, Georgia, North Carolina, Louisiana, Illinois, and Texas. Here are some photos from a few recent CLEX events that were held both in person and online. As you might imagine, operating a mentor program for energetic youth in the middle of a pandemic where you can't really comfortably interact with one another face to face wasn't the easiest thing to do in the world, but with the help and dedication of some amazing hardworking people, we've fortunately been able to keep the train running, albeit virtually. We have some great programs upcoming for the remainder of this summer and into the next school year, and we'll welcome participation from CLEO alumni and other legal professionals who are willing to serve as positive role models and mentors for our CLEX participants. If you would like to volunteer your time as a mentor, you can let the staff know by sending an email to cleo@cleoinc.org. This email address will also be provided in the chat area. My colleague, Ms. Julie Long, will now talk about some of our pre-law programs.
Thank you, Lay. My name is Julie Long. I'm the Director of Finance Administration with CLEO. This slide and the next one will highlight and focus on CLEO's current programming. Here we have programs beginning with our College Scholars Seminars. The Road to Law School is designed to prepare freshmen for law school. The Sophomore Super Saturdays is for sophomores, and Juniors Jumpstart, the LSAT, is for juniors, seniors, as well as postgrads. These programs are held on a Saturday in the fall and spring in any academic year. Next, we have Achievement Success and Application Process, or ASAP for short. ASAP is a weekend seminar held during the summer for the groups highlighted above. It again prepares them for the process of going to law school. During ASAP, some of the topics discussed include personal statement preparation, selecting a law school, as well as paying for a law school education. Next, we have CLEO Connection. CLEO Connection is an after-work 90-minute workshop held on an evening each month in the fall and spring for undergrads and postgrads with busy schedules, but still seek to learn information about how to apply to and attend law school. Lastly, we have CLASS, which stands for CLEO Law School Application Services. This is a service that we provide where students can find out how they can better prepare their personal statement. We also provide resume review services, as well as overall review of your application packet. All of these programs, as well as our service, CLASS, are overseen by a team member who is not able to join us today, Ms. Linda Cevallos. She's the director of our pre-law educational activities. And next, Bernetta Hayes will talk to us about CLEO's programs for entering 1Ls, rising 2Ls, and 3Ls. Bernetta?
Thanks, Julie. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bernetta Hayes, and I serve as CLEO's Director of Pre-Law Program Operations, and I'm responsible for administering 3 particular programs. While you only see 2 there, I have another one in store for you, and I'll explain that later. The programs highlighted here are strictly for students on the precipice of entering law school in the fall of a given year. They take place between June and early August and have been successfully hosted by CLEO for many, many years, and led, of course, by our premier program, the Pre-Law Summer Institute, or PLSI, which has been held every year since CLEO's inception. Some of you may remember it as the 6-week Summer Institute. The PLSI, as many of you here today can attest to, is CLEO's flagship program. It's an intensive, multi-week preparatory program that gets students ready to hit the ground running. when they arrive at law school to begin their first year. This year's institute was held virtually, of course, for the second year in a row by our good friends at Penn State Dickinson Law in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Our CLEO Legally Inspired Cohort, or CLIC program, is a subset of the PLSI, and that's the third program that we are talking about. Similar to the POSSE program, students are placed in a small cohort or CLIC of about 5 people and together attend a partner law school that traditionally has experienced challenges recruiting talented, diverse students in search of a quality legal education. And then finally, we have our AIE, or 1L Prep Attitude is Essential seminar. This is a 2-day seminar and an alternative to the PLSI. Among other benefits that CLEO offers current law students, such things as academic counseling and training, stipends and scholarships, internship opportunities, and an exciting bar preparation and mentoring program. In 2019, we launched our innovative program with a generous grant from the National Conference of Bar Examiners. And this is designed to prepare CLEO law students, 1Ls through 3Ls, because studying for the bar really begins in your first year, with the tools and support they need to succeed on the bar exam the very first time they take it. The program has been really positive, and we've seen some great results since we started, and we are very happy to announce that we have received an additional 3-year grant commitment from NCBE. I don't want to talk too much. I want Lay to get started and tell you more information about CLEO's online persona. Lay?
Thanks, Bernetta. If you don't already do so, we definitely encourage you to engage with us online. We have a growingly robust presence on pretty much all of the most widely used social media platforms, as highlighted here on the screen. And these days, I think we all know the more followers you have on social media, it can subsequently translate to real money and influence in the marketplace, both here domestically and abroad, which is critical to an organization, a nonprofit like CLEO. We also hope you make a habit of perusing our 2 available websites more frequently, CLEOinc.org and CLEOconnection.com. Julie?
Thanks, Lay. Speaking of CLEOconnection.com, are you one of our nearly 1,000 users yet? If not, you still have time to sign up. As you can see from the screen right here, this is a screenshot of CLEO Connection. You can join through LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as Google, by the way, and including, of course, your email address. Established in 2017, CLEO Connection is CLEO's personal LinkedIn, if you will. It is a virtual space where CLEO alumni and professionals can network together with one another, share career opportunities, promote events, promote books you've written, promote articles, highlight conferences and other important happenings in the profession and more. It only takes a few minutes to sign up. And you can even use, like I mentioned, your LinkedIn profile. That way your LinkedIn information will automatically be captured into CLEOconnection.com. and make the process less painful. Next slide, please. On this slide, you will see where we've grouped together, for instance, the Mississippi alumni. This just shows a feature of CLEO Connection where you can group together specific interests based on state, law school, class year, professional area, etc. And this way you can just be more focused in your outreach as far as your opportunities, events, conferences, and such forth. This screenshot represents everyone on the platform residing in the state of Mississippi. If there are events or things of interest happening in your given state, you can be more aware of what others are doing and therefore be more informed of what's within your local area. So again, if you're not already signed up for CLEOconnection.com, please take a moment to do so at your earliest convenience. It is a way for us to connect with our alumni, but also for our alumni to connect with one another. We want to show our friends and as well supporters that we are there to support you virtually through our CLEOconnection.com. Brandi will now tell you about our upcoming CLEO event. Brandi?
Thank you, Julie. Listen, it's super hard to get excited about virtual events nowadays, but I want you all to share the excitement I have, that the board has, that the staff has, and most of you will have around the CLEO Edge Honors Reception. This year, it will still be hosted virtually, and it will be hosted on Thursday, November 18th. It's our third annual celebration, so we really want you to join us. It will be hosted from 6 to 7:30 via Zoom. Awards will be handed out to people who are deserving in the categories of education, diversity, and greater equality. And this year, we are excited to announce that we will also bestow the CLEO Edge Vernon E. Jordan Jr. Heritage Award to a legal beacon. Last year's recipient of this award was our prestigious Georgia-based Politico attorney activist Stacey Abrams. As you heard Elizabeth state, we want you all to see who will be awarded this year, and we encourage you all to nominate and to RSVP. A link will be provided in the chat today. So we encourage you to go in. Nominations are open. You can nominate anyone who has not received an award in the past. You can even nominate yourself. So you can find out more on our website, which is linked. And now Lay will share a special message from the board and staff and advisory council. Lay?
Thanks, Brandi. It should go without saying that events like our annual Edge Honors Reception, which Brandi just talked about, and the many other great programs and services that were discussed today could not happen without dedicated individuals and entities consistently stepping up to the plate to aid CLEO. Thus, this slide is simply meant to represent a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has supported CLEO in any way throughout our 53-year history. We sincerely appreciate your help and hope that we can count on you to be there for us in the future. If you would like to make a contribution to CLEO, you can do so online today by visiting cleoinc.org/donate. It provides you a few different ways to donate, so we definitely encourage you to do so and appreciate your support. Next. Well, this concludes the program portion of our event, and it is now time to transition to your pre-assigned breakout rooms. You should momentarily be prompted to enter your room, where you will have an opportunity to engage with other attendees and discuss ways for you to interact more with CLEO and how CLEO can help you as well. We'll lastly state that we look forward to hosting the third annual virtual class reunion and open house late next summer, and are hoping to have an even bigger and better event than this year's and last year's inaugural events were. So thank you for your time to this point, and we sincerely hope you enjoy the breakout session. Take care.
Thank you.